up, social media world? Thanks for tuning in. Today we are talking about the lips, in particular, the measurement of that perfect pout. I mean, how many times have you seen that? Pictures of people with their faces looking really nice from the front, and then they turn to the side and it's like, whack, super quack. I mean, it's getting ridiculous out there in certain parts of the world. I think that the whole reason why this is happening is people aren't taking the appropriate measurements. They're not using my golden mean calipers, man. These can save someone's life with regards to looking ridiculous. We just need to do a few things, like the golden ratio, which we talked about the last video. We can look at the E-line. We can also look at the rule of thirds, put it all together, find out exactly where you want to focus most of your filler, and leave looking sexy. Let's get things going. We're gonna measure our face into two sections. We're gonna look at the anterior or the front of our face, and then we're gonna look at the profile of our face. We're gonna focus really on this third hill though, and what we want to do is basically break that down into two subcategories. We want to make sure that the mid lip should be at 1/3 to 2/3 ratio. So let's measure that. That says 10 millimeters, so 2/3 of that's going to be an additional 20 millimeters, should bring me to 30. Boom. Mid lip to the chin. Aww. Next, what we can do is we can do one of two things. We can do the rule of fifths, which breaks our face down here. I'll show a little picture of what that's like. Or basically what I do, it's a little simpler, is we take our golden mean calipers and we know that the width of our nose, if we remember our last video, that's gonna be 1 to 1.6 ratio. How do we do that? Flip this thing around. 1.6, yay. Now, if I were to be giving fillers to someone, where would I want to focus? This is the 1.6, 1, right in here. Basically what we do is we take that, and this is where we want to focus most of our fillers. We want to focus most of it in here, and then sometimes if we want, we can kind of like just taper this off a little bit, make it smooth, highlight the vermilion border. Okay, now for the last measurement of the face, what we're going to do is look at the profile. Here is the profile. This is the measurement device that I'm using, and what we're looking for is the E-line. The E-line, basically what we do is we take this tool, we do a straight line. You can either use your finger, this is a little bit more accurate, but there is a finger test we can do, and basically saying this is the new thigh gap for the face. And basically the rule is for Caucasians, if you end up having a gap there where your upper lip to that line is within 4 millimeters and your lower lip to that line is within 2 millimeters, that is the definition of beauty. However, it wasn't inclusive to other cultures, and that was based in the 50s. What about today? So if you're Asian, or if you're African American, or even Middle Eastern, all of these cultures, all these ethnicities have different styles of lips, and what we see is that they get a little closer to the border or the ridge of that line. So when we're doing this, the more updated version of this E-line is that as long as it doesn't surpass this line. So if I do this, if my lips are not surpassing, you're good. You can even touch the line for the upper and the lower, but as long as it doesn't surpass it, you're good. And the last thing you and your provider can check is the upper lip always overlaps the lower lip by 2 millimeters. That's something that's often overlooked, and if you can get that ratio down, perfect. I hope you guys learned a few things. I know I did. I always learn a ton of information every time I do any of these videos. What did I learn today? I learned that the lips are tricky, easy to screw up. You need to have a good injector. You have to make sure they have a good knowledge base with regards to ratio. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you learned a few things. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. All the best.